These are in the floor of my Jeep. We got them out. Stainless one. I'm gonna see if they'll take a return on it when it's already been installed, or store credit rather, because they're a used parts store. And it came out perfect. I've got the backing nut for it too. I forgot to record because I was doing the intense concentration thing. I did not want to do this a third time. Having to take out fresh 5200 through holes and redo them once after just removing the old ones, it was plenty. So let me flip this around, I'll show you. You can see where the gasket was perfectly formed on the stainless one that I had to take off because it was stainless. Look how, I don't know if the camera's gonna show how perfect that little bump is right here. Just beautiful. I have to take it off still. Bummer. But it formed a perfect gasket, and on the one that I thought I broke the seal on and the little gasket didn't work out, that is in fact exactly what happened. It did not. I'm really glad I didn't put it back in the water. I'm glad I trusted my gut here. Took it out to rebed it. This is one of those things that I would just rather be safe than sorry on. Like a mess right now, but that's okay. I'm going to take a knife to it when it's dry and clean it up a little. These are both bronze. I know that's really brightly colored, but it's fresh from the factory, so shiny new bronze. This one's been sitting in the store for a little bit, so it looks like true bronze. But we got both of these through-hole fittings in today. Look at that. There's no broken line or anything where I might have broken the seal. They went in beautifully since I had a helper today on the outside with the little cone tool to hold them in place. It makes life infinitely easier. Trying to do it myself with a spanner wrench based on a YouTube tutorial that I saw, that's a great idea in theory, but in practice it just did not work for the tiny little space that I have in there. Just did not. There's no space to hold one wrench and then turn the other one. It just was a nightmare. So having helper helped a lot, immensely, and these are both in and have a proper seal, and I am happy, and I will sleep a lot better now that I've taken the stainless one out below the waterline. So no more stainless here. They're both bronze and they both have a proper seal. So hurrah. Okay folks, I don't have enough battery left for the light, which is unfortunate, because I want to show you that I put the plugs in and it's got some pink waterline Teflon tape between the plugs and the ball valves here, and they all have room to operate freely, and they're in. The seals are formed nicely. The only thing that I could not get was this piece right here that goes between the sink drain overboard and it's like a 3/4 inch to 3/4 inch threaded to 3/4 inch pipe fitting. And it has to be straight because I don't have very much hose left, and the only one they had was a 90-degree angle at the store, so I had to order that, but I can put that in when it's back in the water. It'll be just fine. I just won't have a functional sink in my head until then, which is unfortunate. I've got a green interior, and then the outer, my sail covers and my bimini cover, it's all brown. So I figured this color scheme would go well. I haven't peeled off the backing yet. It's semi-transparent. I'm just hoping that it's as pretty as I'm hoping it will be. Okay, all my fake stained glass is on, and the wood is back on here, the trim. They're looking good. Let's see from the inside. It looks pretty okay. Small issue of the day. I might have to cut into my ceiling panel a little bit just to try to figure out what the mast step support deal looks like under here. I took the old one off and it's held in with just screws, so I'm thinking that's like how it'll go back in, but we'll see. Okay, here is where my old mast steps sat, and this is what was holding them in. And since I can't access underneath the ceiling right now without cutting a hole in it, I don't really know what they were screwed into. It looks like just fiberglass. So here it is. Here's the old step. But it doesn't work for this mast, and it looks like it was on its last legs anyway. It's awfully corroded, and it came up without a pry bar, which I think probably is not a great sign. She is all cleaned up. The old step right here. And I gave the welder the dimensions of where the screw holes already were, so we're just going to reinstall the new mast step exactly where the old one was. I told him there needed to be at least a 2-inch hole in the center for wiring to go through. I measured it. He said okay. I told him that was a minimum, not a maximum, so we are just going to try to get this thing going. Hopefully I don't have that much longer in the boatyard because I'm paying by the day. Okay. So I've run into one of my first real crazy snags because I fucking hate rats. Domesticated rats, cute. Wild rats that can potentially give you like rabies and the plague, less than cute. I've got an entire nest of newborns over here. And everything's moved around. And Mama's in here somewhere and I have no idea where, so I just haven't been moving a lot of shit around. I've got an exterminator coming in the morning. I don't want to move this nest around because Mama is, like I said, she's here somewhere. Some fucking where. And they're like newborns. I'm a little afraid. Yeah, okay, I'm a lot afraid. I'm not gonna move this mess of stuff, but if you're familiar with rats, you know that that looks like a typical rat's nest. Everything in here going in the garbage. I was keeping dog food on the boat here for Ham, and that's what I think drew them in, because they chewed their way through the dog food container, even though it was super thick plastic. The thick plastic does not save it. Oh, here we go. Here's some rat shit that's like new. Anyway, exterminator coming at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm out of here. For now, I'm not getting any more fucking projects done till that's taken care of. Okay folks, we're back at the boatyard in the rain today. It's beautiful. There's Night Owl. She looks good wet. I officially just got a job with Delta this morning, so that will be good for the money, but it's gonna suck because it's night shift and I want to sail during the day, so it's a bummer. But today we're gonna go chasing rats. Okay, so this is the really glamorous part of boat life where you have rats and you can hear them in your bilge, so you just do this. I'm on the hard, so I'm just gonna flush these motherfuckers out. Just gonna fill the bilge up with water, and if they drown and float to the top, then they'll be easy to retrieve, and if they just run out, then I won't have to deal with them anymore. I've taken every single food source out of the boat, and they decided to eat my laundry detergent instead. Not sure how that went for their digestion, but probably not well. New bottle of detergent, so that super sucks. I've got my friend Brea here wiping up every extra water on the floor and calling it cleaning. It is cleaning. I mean, technically it looks nice now. I just hope it takes care of the rats as well. I think I'm going to fill this bilge up and go get some rat poison. Leave it full so they can't run to the bilge and die. They have to die somewhere that I can access them and remove them once they're dead. Joy! Okay, I did it. I put the bait in the trap. I'm only gonna cry a lot. We used the borescope camera that you see over here to try to locate the nest, and still couldn't. Still could not locate them, but we heard them squeaking. They were angry. They're under my engine somewhere. So my thoughts are, let them eat this, see if they come out to die, and if they don't, then they're under the engine somewhere, and I'll close off the engine compartment, and hopefully it won't spill up the whole boat too badly for too long. They've already destroyed my anchor line completely. That's an expensive rat infestation, and they've destroyed my windsock. And, Brea, if you would grab my dice container so we can show everyone. So I've removed all the food sources from the boat, so they've gotten into things like dice, just to try to find some food, and laundry detergent, and bleach wipes. I still haven't found the container for the wipes, but I did find the lid. So they're living in a bleach wipe container down there somewhere. That's going to cause problems, but I can't access it. I can't see it. I've flooded the bilge so they can't crawl down to the bottom of the bilge and die, at least. I hate doing this. I do. I can't even, I don't even eat meat. I've never said it on this channel because it's never been relevant, but I can't kill things. I can't, I don't even eat animals. I don't want to hurt them. But in this scenario where they're destroying everything that I have and they pose a threat to my dog and his respiratory issues, it might mean death for Ham, so it's Ham or the rats, and the rats gotta go. These are some expensive rats. That was a wind scoop, used to be. They tore it apart to make their stupid little nest. And then my anchor line here. Fortunately, rats can't chew through the chain. What? Between the rats and the meth heads, I think I've lost pretty much everything that I paid all this extra money on my boat for. Today I'm wiring up the new bow and stern lights because mine were all cut off when I got it. LEDs. Yeah. Not thrilled. This is not my ideal scenario here, but it is what it is. Just doing the best I can with what I've got. And I've got a short in this wiring right here. Oop, it's really bright out, so I hope I get the right picture. I can't see what my phone's recording, really. Anyway, found the short in my wiring and I pulled it out, and I don't have any extra beyond this, so I have to be careful not to fuck up this connection. Awesome. But they did chew up all of my fucking anchor line. So there, random places in the middle here. We've got some in the middle here. I have no idea how many feet of line this is, or how many feet of line I'm going to need. I've only ever anchored in 14 feet of water, so I haven't had to go through the whole thing, but they chewed it off right at the end, so I'm a little bit more than frustrated about this. I went in there, I don't hear them today being active, but the poison doesn't look like it's gone either, so I'm going to leave the poison in there. I wired up the bow lights, but they don't work, so I'm going to try to rig up a solar panel situation. I'll make another video on that next week for you guys, but for this week, I'm just happy to have some of these projects done and some rat poison down, because this is horrible. I hate rats. Officially. I felt guilty about killing them, but I don't really feel so guilty anymore. Fucking jerks.